Is Trump trying to reset the national debt by using Bitcoin and gold? Vladimir Putin and Russia are accusing Donald Trump of using Bitcoin and gold to devalue the $37 trillion that the United States owes worth of debt. And Trump has even made jokes saying that he could use Bitcoin to completely erase the debt. So I want to dig into this idea and figure out if this is even possible or not. But before we do, my name is Rick. I hope you turn daily news into daily profits. If that's something you're into, make sure you follow this page. So first, what we know is that Trump signed an executive order for the United States to create a sovereign wealth fund, which is basically an investment account that the United States can use to buy things like gold and Bitcoin. And the figures are somewhere in the $2 trillion range for how much he wants to invest in the sovereign wealth fund. Now, he's also said that he's going to use some of this sovereign wealth fund to invest into cryptocurrency, but he also said they're going to use some of it to invest into things like stock as well. So at the time of this recording, the United States owns about 261 million ounces worth of gold. And the current price of gold is sitting at about $3,700 per ounce. So if we run some quick numbers at the current price of gold and how much the United States actually holds of it, that would erase about $2.1 trillion worth of debt. And the national debt sits at about $37 trillion. So you can see that we would need at least 10 times more gold than we already have to come anywhere close to erasing the national debt. Now, for the sake of it, I also ran a number of what if gold just shot up in value to $50,000 per ounce. Even if it shot up to $50,000 per ounce, that would only equate to $28 trillion. So this idea of erasing the national debt with just gold isn't feasible. But now let's add Bitcoin into the mix. It's estimated that the United States government currently holds about 200,000 Bitcoin. And Bitcoin keeps surging, and today it's sitting at $113,000. So at the current prices, the United States really only sits on $22.6 billion worth of Bitcoin. I shouldn't have to tell you that's a huge shortfall for what's needed to erase the national debt. Now here's what's interesting. I ran a scenario of what would happen if Bitcoin reached $1 million per coin. So if it reached $1 million per coin, and assuming the United States doesn't buy any more Bitcoin, the United States would only hold $200 billion worth of Bitcoin if the price did in fact hit $1 million a coin. Now here's what's even more interesting. Total Bitcoin in existence is just under 20 million coins. But what would it look like if the United States just bought every Bitcoin in existence and the value of it shot up to $1 million a coin? Well, in this highly unlikely scenario, if the United States bought every single Bitcoin and the value of it shot up to $1 million a coin, the United States would hold just under $20 trillion worth of Bitcoin. So if by chance the price of gold shot up to $50,000 per ounce and the United States bought every single Bitcoin and the value of it shot up to $1 million per coin, then yeah, Trump could definitely erase the U.S. national debt.